Ich bin's wieder, Käse Neuhara. Nehmen wir mal Let's Play von Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir die Gerichtsverhandlung in der zweiten Episode nun gestartet, haben auch erstmal Nayuta Satmadi kennengelernt und seine Ansichtsweise, ein Gericht vorzugehen. Und jetzt sind wir im Kreuzverhör von Emma und es musste, sie will es nicht, aber sie muss verkünden, dass es einen Beweis gibt für dass Trucy das als unfallinszenierten Mord begangen hat. Keine Ahnung, ob das jetzt grammatikalisch richtig ist, aber ihr wisst, was ich meine. Ihr seid schlaue Menschen. Ich halte euch zumindest für schlaue Menschen. So. Und bei dieser neuen Aussage von wegen, dass auf dem Klebeband dieses Klebeband Fingerabdrücke von Trucy gefunden wurden und dass es während der Show das Ganze erledigt hat. Das kann aber nicht sein. I'm sorry. Halt's Maul, Handy. I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show, in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time. It doesn't? Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that one of my client's fingerprints was found on or in it. That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. I think you've realized what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh! She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Well, Prosecutor Satmadi, if the defense argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently, the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug, at any rate. Come on, you can't bump me up to at least a stack beetle now, can't you? Would that really be any better? Of course! Way better! Stack beetles are cool! With those huge mandibles of theirs! Aww! If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stack beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot! Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide. And entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntarily manslaughter. I see! If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could place extension in circumstances! And the severity of the crime could be mitigated! Defense. If you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Ria's death was... Ja, also... Irgendetwas ist... Irgendein faules Spiel wurde ja getrieben. Und ein Unfall ist es nicht. Es war Mord. Aber Trucy hat ihn nicht begangen. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it was an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party. A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else? Oh mein Gott, sagt Marty, du stinkst! Das habe ich jetzt mal überhört. That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable? Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours then. Alright, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with the dead body inside the coffin? A very good question! Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice! How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? Ja, genau. It's some kind of magic. Nein. Er wurde unter der Stage getötet. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? Oh, I see! In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death! How do you respond, Prosecutor Satbadi? That is the third time. The third time of what? Ha! What the fuck? What the heck is this? Ich bete. Hm. Ah! Ow, 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 my head! What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Ich bete wieder. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are the frog defense. What exactly is your point anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who, then, had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see, the people on the show were Bonnie the Femme, the victim Mysterious, and Wright. Bonnie the Femme was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Wright. Now do you see? Klatschen. The accused killed Mysterious as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Ich bete. O great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole. Hast du das gesehen? Oh, dieser Sankt Martin ist ja wirklich ein Sankt. Oh. Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena? What are you? There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home. But I'm not done with my sermon! You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Satmadi, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would then have to be hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up put in the coffin. That's true! It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's that child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Koreanism are reversed as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child. Und der Typ, der ein bisschen wie eine Frau aussieht. Hust. Who's a fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How, indeed, was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Wright, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible. But of course. Zuerst bete ich aber. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait! You really can't explain it?! I foresaw that your arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness. Woo! What were you reading as prosecutor? Is it really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial? He couldn't have really predicted that thing would turn out like this, could he? It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now? Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, detective. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all of this. You did a fine job, detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes, you served well as a detective, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh, thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Nun denn, let us call the next witness! Und es ist... Bonnie. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a logomorphic illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie the Fun. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please, witness. There's a time and a place for all things, including magic.
Oh, but I would be okay if I do just a little magic trick, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
That is your second time.
My second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct? Is no one except from His Holiness Rosary of Suffering? Maybe you have your testimony, witness! Once you've recovered from your disappointment!
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I?
As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh? Ja, das klang das letzte Mal anders.
I hate her! I loathe her! I can't stand that Trucy Wright! Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that! So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
Sure, you're a real fan, alright? Of destroying Trucy, you mean? Oh Mann. Na dann. Ach komm, gehen wir das jetzt mal.
I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Rios. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used the stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy did use the stage lift, I think she must use stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
You were on stage the whole time? And you're sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she's shown clearly in the TV show footage as well.
I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Rios, not little old me.
Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You've got to be kidding me! Very well! The defense may now cross-examine the witness! Oh ja, bitte. Bitte, bitte. Lass mich sie auseinandernehmen. Geil. Kreuzverhör. The Understage Passage. Und alles, was wir jetzt in dieser Aussage machen müssen, alles angreifen. You said you are a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right?
Oh yes, I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Ball. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile.
She certainly sounds like she's means all of that. So, finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat of you. Oh Mann, warum gieß ich denn jetzt schon wieder so viel Geld? What the fuck? Lief doch die ganze Zeit jetzt so gut. Quite a treat for you, right?
Oh yes, after all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. No, süß. But then that horrible accident happened.
It was not an accident. It was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy Wright could have raised the body. Na dann. What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right?
Well,
actually, we did try it out for ourselves. You did? Detective Sky, if you would. Oh! So that's why you made me do that. Detective Sky, what did we have you do? The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage lift. Without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it. You're kidding! It's as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments. Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like haughty.
I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean...
Really have... Nein, hat sie nicht! Bombenangriff! Is what possible? Could Trucy really have... What, Mr. Thumb? Please finish your sentence!
Well, I...
Don't try to beat around the bush! Come right out and say it! Why not tell this court what you really believe?
What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But taking all of the facts into account, What else can I think?
I know of at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy. How can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve? There's such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice! It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing! Looking at me like that isn't going to help me stick my foot into my mouth less, Your Honor. Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body.
Alright.
Oh Mann. Na dann. Stage lift number 2? You mean the stage lift shown here on the left?
That's right, with a stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift the dead body up to the stage.
Halt's Maul, Handy! And so that makes her the murderer, in your opinion?
Of course not, I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh brother, how long is she gonna keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift number 2 in after the show? Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Ah! And the reason why it was full raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body. Wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly move it over while you roast over the flames of hell, you evil red pepper. So now I am also evil? Danke, Nayuta. Mann. You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down to the understage passage?
Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now.
I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you. Yes.
You gotta be kidding me! Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy! I'm right here in the footage! Or you're too much of an idiot to see! Huh?
Mr. Fung! Are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different!
Oh, whoops. Where did that come from, right? Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I?
You didn't just snap, you broke character just now.
In any case, I was on stage the whole time performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance.
Flawless? That's odd, considering what you told me. You said that you'd made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat. Mr. Fum, to what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him to the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and made him stand on the right of the coffin instead.
And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lifts around.
I feel really bad about messing Trucy up like that with my groove.
Darn it, I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. Was schlecht für uns ist. Nichtsdestotrotz müssen wir jetzt erstmal wieder den Part beenden. Ich bin gemein. Ich weiß. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen. Das war's meinerseits. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Ciao, guys!